How's it going, everyone? This is Jake Durham, here with Naturally Resourceful Productions or podcast. Today I got a good buddy of mine, maybe one of the most popular guys I've ever met in the fire world, Simon. I wish I could tell you his last name, but I probably would butcher it. How's it going, Simon? And how do you say your last name?
I'm doing pretty good, Durham. And last name is only few people can pronounce it right, like you
Yeah.
mentioned. Last name is Ndabi Shuriye Simon. Once again, I'll repeat that slowly. It's Nda Da Shuriye.
And how do you spell that?
Oh man, here we go. Here comes the fun part. It's Nabishuriya.
Yeah, I can't really even sound that out.
Didn't I catch that part?
Oh, I was just saying, I don't even think I could sound that out even if I wanted to. So, how you doing, man? How have you been?
Doing good. Doing good. Just as good as anybody could be doing this through these hard times.
Yeah. And where are you at right now?
Right now, I'm in a place called Rock Island, Illinois. It's
Oh,
about
nice.
300 mile west of Chicago.
Oh, very cool. Now, how long have you been there? Actually, I wanna kind of just get into it with you. Well, we met through fire. You were a PIO guy for a while, and thinking back, I know you've told me your story, but how did you get into fire?
Oh, that's pretty long story. Once again, you mentioned I was once umpire. Before that, I was with Canada Chief. For any five guys in AK listening to this. Then before Canada Chief or TCC for short term, I was with Midnight Suns and I was with North Stars. Uh, how I got into a fire is so I I can say kind of because I'm not gonna say I grew up in Midwest because I'm not. I don't have the Midwest accent. I have the African accent. So got here as a refugee, trying to make everything short as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Got here as a refugee in Boise, Idaho. Met the most amazing couple who were there for me and helping me out. And finally left Idaho, Boise, Idaho, came up here to Midwest, end up in Illinois. Out of all places, some reason we chose Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
and it's as good as it can get. Um, and since then, you know, I've been just went to high school, trying to make my life a little bit better. Uh, just before I graduate from high school, I mean, I have that same question that everybody asks themselves: what I'm gonna do after high school?
Oh yeah.
Am I gonna go to college? If I do college, how am I gonna pay for it? So there's all these people you run into during your life period, and some of them stick out, like those people I met in Boise, Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I picked up a phone, and just call my those couples I met in Boise, Idaho, and be like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to graduate high school, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do afterward." The wife goes like, and her name is Carrie. She's one of the most amazing person I ever met in my life. She goes like, "Well, have you thought about firefighting?" I'm like, "Firefighting? That sounds awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah. So making long story short again, so she goes like, "Yeah, there's this program, up in AK. My husband been a smoke jumper for 20 years. So if you want to find a way to pay for college, this should be a pretty good program to start. And from there, you can move up." So she made the phone call, and I put it in the application, got the job. But you have to remember when all this was going on, the moment just backing up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
she mentioned firefighting. Did not say what kind of firefighting was it. She said firefighting.
Yeah.
So what I thought in my mind was like I'm gonna be some sexy guy on some you know calendar looking all sexy and stuff.
You get those
Little did I
suspenders?
know, the suspenders,
Oh
baby.
yeah.
So little did I know that would be digging dirt and stuff. Typical while and doing the real stuff, not
Yeah.
the sexy stuff you see, like the real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting live because there's fires that are out of control. 100 feet flames is going everywhere. I had no idea that's what I was getting myself into. But
Yeah.
7 years later, I'm still doing it.
Yeah. 7 years. It's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, was your backup? I kind of missed it. Was your first fire experience? Was you went on to what was the first crew you got on?
The first crew I was on was North Stars.
Oh, so your first exposure to fire was the North Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, ah, you know, they say your first one is your first one. It's almost hard to forget. And I don't think there'll be a day that I can forget that day, that first fire, my first fire, how it turned out to be the most epic fire, most experienced guy's ever been on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 100 Mile Creek. That was the
Oh
name of
yeah.
the fire. Yeah. You and I were in that same area not too long ago,
Yeah.
and you kind of got a taste how it feel like. Imagine if that was your first fire ever.
Yeah.
You know,
That shit can get out of
final.
hand real quick in that terrain.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy. I remember funny thing, we haven't talked in a while, but I just want to formally apologize for that slop over we had that on that fire where I last saw you this past season. Do you remember seeing Pio when we had that spot across our line? Like the first couple fires of the year?
You kind of broke up a little bit.
Oh,
There was like network some issues.
no. Well, do you remember when we had a slop over with you guys and Pio had to go catch that spot over our line? Do you remember that?
That was this year. Yeah. How
Yeah,
can I
I just
forget
want to
that?
formally apologize for that one. I
For what?
remember I remember running up that and slop spot, whatever you want to call it. But I remember yelling at you because like I was looking at people to help me, and I didn't know anyone around me, but I knew you, and so I'm just like, Simon, grab this hose, because I was so used to working with you. I saw
Yeah.
Simon, I'm like, hey man, Simon's here. He's gonna help me out,
See, I feel like that's what we miss out when we're out there fighting fire, man. It's like all of us once, like we need to build that chemistry so that way when shit is hitting the fence, you turn around, even if it's the opposite team, you know somebody there. You already
Yeah.
build that chemistry with that person.
Hmm.
I feel like that's what we miss out in fire. We just tend to be like, oh, the other guys are just they feel like they're tougher than us or they're better than us. But we forgot the most common thing. We are there to put out the damn
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which team you're on, man.
Yeah.
We want to put the we were busting our ass until we go up because
Oh
we want
yeah.
to put out the fire. You
It
know.
went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick, real quick. By the time we got to the end to that tie-in, everybody was hurting.
Oh yeah.
Me and my sons guys were hurting. Ohio guys were hurting.
Yeah.
But we had to do it because we know what was at risk.
Oh, there was nothing stopping that thing.
Exactly.
It would have been gone.
Gone really quick because it was really moving. It
Yeah.
was moving. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I remember when that thing first ripped off. Me and a couple other guys were the first ones on it, and we shot up one of the flanks, and so we had Diz go up it. I don't know if you remember Diz, but
Yeah, who's gonna forget that most,
yeah, right. But
you know,
yeah,
one
Diz shot
person?
up it, and I was fighting the flames, and they went up to the top to kind of scout it out with a couple other guys, and I had this whole flank just pretty much to myself, and it got to a point where I'm like, we gotta get the hell out of here, just like
Yeah,
they're all the way up, and I couldn't stop it from moving, swiping underneath them, and so
yeah.
they huck tailed. They looked at me and they're like, all right, and they busted out, and then like they had a wind shift, and that thing just blew up.
Yeah, because like you know things are about to get worse. I mean, you've been far long enough to know like things are about to get worse when you're getting so many spots at at the opposite where we don't want spots to be.
Yeah.
You know, that spot to pick up, it was not a surprise.
No.
And the
No.
reason being is because we're picking up spots. Even Shlemi, if Shlemi happens to listen to this right now, I remember him and I fighting over a spot because that was the first spot. And, we had a pile, Pioneer Peak,
Yeah.
Hasha Crew. We had me and my son there. So it was like, who's going to be there first? Who's going to
Hmm.
show up first? Right. So
Yeah.
at the beginning, we're like, you know, because Brian he was doing a crew bus training on
Yeah.
that fight as well,
Hmm.
um, and I just remember because five guys were doing couple green grading, helping us out. Some
Yeah.
of me and Stan's guys were also doing green grading because shit was just spotting miles away, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the
Well, I
spots
remember
were
that.
all.
I remember that because I was part of the holding line, and it was like when you hit that corner on that edge, it was like we didn't have enough people in the holding line to cover that much ground with how far it was spotting over, and so
Exactly.
we were just gritting for you know quarter. I mean, we knew the piece that was probably going to blow up,
Mhm.
and we couldn't even hold it. We were just scanning through the woods, just walking through the woods, like putting out duffers as we're moving, and it was like only a matter of time.
And I could be off. I could be off. Maybe my memory is a little bit shorter than usual. But that was the one of the biggest fire, the beginning of the season
Oh yeah.
fire,
Oh yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
we had pretty much all the resource we need on that fire,
Well,
but it
dude,
was still not enough.
can I just say, screw that Black Hawk though. that Black Hawk, that Black Hawk made everything so much harder.
Dude, the Black Hat, first of all, yes, I'm gonna give a little credit for that Black Hat.
Yeah.
That motherfucker can carry a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Can carry a lot of personnel, right? But it can't do shit for bucket drops,
Yeah.
you know.
That Black Hawk,
It's
when that Black Hawk first came in, the fire just went, boom, just completely just blew that fire out, and we're like, ah, shit.
exactly. That's
There
for
was,
scooper jobs. Scoopers are supposed to be pre-treating.
yeah,
Now, motherfucker, helicopter,
yeah.
because that motherfucker is creating a lot of wind underground.
Oh yeah, that rotor
Yeah,
wash is intense, man.
it's just not helping. It's just not
No,
helping.
yeah,
And some one would think that IC who've been in fire for long enough will understand that if they're requesting for pre-treating or for taking out spots, they should request for a those scoopers, right?
yeah.
But they never do. Those
No,
helicopters
they
are good
don't.
for drop spot that's already in the black, you know.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
anyway, no, seriously, like that spot. When I heard about that spot, even our superintendent Bond knew that things were gonna get crazy at that turn, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to take as slow as we can possibly could, but there's
Hmm.
just so much build up, the momentum going up.
Yeah.
There was no way to control it,
No.
right? And so we kept going, because we're like, okay, we got, pre-trading because there was a bunch of scoopers. I think we had two, if I remember right, just dropping bunch water in that corner.
Hmm.
We're like, all right, let's just keep going. We can once you light it, you have to get it to the end.
Yeah.
There's no holding it until you find a place to hold it.
Yeah.
Every single firefighter knows about this shit. So we kept going, and I remember when we were heading, towards, I was like, hey, we're almost there, and I remember my bus coming up. I had a radio. I was pay attention to the traffic. When my bus came up, Bond comes up. He's like, hey, I need a couple guys. Let's go. Let's move this way. I was like, oh shit, that's
Yeah.
not good because we're
No,
holding the
it's not
opposite.
good.
Yeah, of where the burning oppression is at.
Yeah.
God there, and Bami was also there, and Spargo was also there, and like, hey, we need help out here. And Pygas, every single one person was just out there, just busting everything you guys can possibly can,
Yeah.
to try to chase it. And Ban turned around, and I was out there with the saw with my saw partner, and he points up. He's like, "Hey, go help out." So I was like, "Hey, say no more. I know these people, at least most of them, because there was some few guys, some new guys that did not know." But looking down, I was out there. I remember hiking. I ran into you. You turn around like you said, just
Yeah.
just like screaming. I was like, "Oh man, this is the shit I'm getting myself into."
Yeah. I just remember like I was
Um,
standing there. Remember I was standing there and I was trying to run out this hose lay up the side. And I was running back and forth with the hose, getting it all stretched out.
yeah, yeah.
And like I remember
And it
sitting
was it
there.
was really steep too. It was really steep. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
not like just
No.
a little bump and come back. No, you're running up straight up.
Yeah.
Like have to use the hands to get up there.
Yeah. And I remember there were literally I think the TCC was there too, right?
Yeah, TCC
Yeah.
Township was there. Yeah,
And I remember standing there and I was trying to hook all this hose up together and I'm just like tunnel vision. And I look up and there's like this hose I needed to connect. And there was literally like 6 guys around me, like half of them from TCC. The flame, like half the guys are fighting the fire. The other half the guys are just standing there, like, what are we gonna do?
they were so confused,
Yeah,
man. They were so confused.
and you were like 10 feet away. I'm like, fucking Simon, toss me that, toss me that. Oh
Like
god, that was so funny. That
you,
was
that's
hilarious.
it's almost so funny and like dangerous at the same time because you have to remember some of those guys on TCC were new to fire,
Yeah,
never seen action before,
yeah,
right? Because and I don't know why we do this, but we tend to send. Um, so we try to keep our most experienced with us, right, and
hmm,
send the new people to go help out the other crew. You
yeah,
know, which is I feel like it's a mistake. You should send your most experienced people, at least one experienced person to guide the other unexperienced people. So some of those TCC guys, I looked around, did not recognize anybody. So they're new people because I've been on TCC for 3 years, and
yeah,
none of those guys I've seen around there were any familiar.
hmm,
Um, but I remember just passing you because there were other guys our guys just jump in there, helping out. But I knew our jobs was up ahead. I know water is really important, but we need to at least reduce the fuel. And I
yeah,
had a chance, so I was like, hey, my job, I understand how critical I'm needed down here,
yeah,
but my mission is up ahead. So I remember just hiking through, just pipes, sensor going everywhere. It's just wow, 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 and I'm looking for the sub bus. So I ran into Tom,
yeah,
good old Tom. I'm like, hey Enzi, what do you want? And he goes like, 40 when you feed in. I was like, copy that.
yeah,
Don't say anything anymore. I know exactly what that means. So I
yeah,
jump in there. Now there's no such a thing as a gray hard hat or gray t-shirt or red hard hat or red t-shirt. It was all just the same,
yeah.
you
We were
know.
all red.
Because the
From
operation got whole up. Yeah, we were all just one, just working together. Just
Well, when they started painting, when they started painting the edges, everyone came out of that just soaked and retardant. We were all the same color at that point.
I like it. We did not get painted. The people, the soils were up ahead. I remember us getting painted because it turned into like, hey, we need to get this stuff tied in.
Yeah,
Also, you need to turn into competition to get it right.
yeah.
You know, um,
It
and
was so funny. I remember getting to the top after everyone was laying that hose. I remember looking back down. We had water, We had water going through the hose. I remember looking down at all like the TCC, and I'm not bagging on TCC or anything. Great
Yeah.
guys, but you got two hotshot crews and TCC there. There's going to be a difference between the guys. But I remember looking down the fire line, and we have water. We have this hose going up to the top, and I look down, and no one's spraying water, and the flame front is still moving. And
Yeah.
so I had to turn around and hike all the way down to the bottom of that flank. And I just started picking up lats and just putting out the edge and then going. And I, I bounced all from lat to lat all the way up the flank, just
Yeah.
putting out the edge. It was funny.
And this one thing that Bami Tami, like for as long as I worked for him, is like that's when you take in charge, man. Like when things are not getting done, you have to do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
Have to like turn around and be like, hey guys, come on, man, help me out,
Yeah.
help me out. Can you grab this or do this? They'll do the work. 100%, they will do the work. And
Yeah.
the reason I can say that, and even if there is any TCC guys listening to this, they know I worked for TCC for long enough, right? I
Yeah.
trained so many guys, and so many guys trained me to know that some of them are not sure what the heck is going on, so they just need a leader, somebody to be
Mm-hmm.
like, hey guys, I need this shit. Please,
Yeah.
just get it done.
Oh,
Shit
yeah.
is blowing up. Don't be nervous. Just get this shit done, and I'm out here. If you need me, just call. I'll be right. I'll
Yeah.
be back here.
And then they, and there's been plenty of times on fire where they've helped us out immensely. Usually, PIO guys and any hotshot crew on a big fire gets spread out real quick. And, we need those guys.
McKinley fire. Remember how
Oh,
just
yeah.
it
Oh,
went
yeah.
from us being like 22 guys to be like every
Yeah.
every man being a single resource.
Yeah. I think they
Yeah.
left me, dude. I think they left me in the woods. We were in a holding line and all the TCC guys left, and I was just in the woods by myself. I was like,
Exactly.
I'm like, what the
Do you
hell?
remember when that photo? Do you remember when that photo thing got me, and you're like the only person there to like help me out when we're unfolding the? Yeah, he
Oh,
got me
yeah.
so good. He
Yeah.
got me so good.
That was so
Uh,
funny. Oh,
he
man.
was just so funny, so panicking. He just like, and that's exactly like what plays in. It's like some of those guys that you're running into on TCC
Yeah.
never ran into that action. I mean, Kennedy.
Yeah.
That was some crazy ass shit, dude.
That
You
was
you you
crazy,
do
man.
not have to agree. It was pretty crazy, like
Yeah.
super crazy. You
Yeah.
know.
That was one for the
So
books.
if you already been in that situation, what happened at that slap over or a spot, whatever you wanna
Hmm.
call it, uh, you like this is bad, but I've seen it worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was a bad day.
it was really bad day.
Dude.
Um,
Dude, that season that we had, what was that, 2019?
yeah,
Or
was
no,
that
2018. No,
18? That was
2019.
18. Yeah, that was 18.
18 or 19?
That was
Whichever. That,
19
that was
going to 120. So
going on
19.
20. So it was 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
That season was insane. That like, you know, after this season had its moments,
hmm
but 19 was incredible. That was
You, we have to agree that probably went in the historical book for AK.
I think it's I think it's record breaking
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah.
That was man, there's so much fire, man. So much. I mean, all we did was burn. Just the I mean, the amount of crown fire that we saw that year, and like the intensity of it was just like thinking back to it. You're just like, holy cow.
Because we're just talking about mechanic right now. We're also not talking about the other fires. There's I'm not pretty good at remembering names,
Yeah,
but
never
that
mind.
fire close to Fairbanks. Um,
But even our first fire on Oregon Lakes, we had fire jumping up our ass the first day of the year.
no kidding.
Yeah, it
Now,
was like,
not only that, there was also a lot on bombs, unexploded bombs.
yeah,
Like people are finding some fucking unexploded bombs
Oh,
that have
dude, I
to be
remember
exploded.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You
Oh
know,
God, that was so funny.
yeah.
Oh, that
It's
was
like,
horrible.
what the heck, man? Am I fighting fires or am I fighting bombs? I'm not
Oh,
sure
dude.
what is
And
which
then
right now.
and then we find out at the end that like there were bombs everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they didn't tell
Exactly.
us. They didn't tell us
Exactly.
until the end. And
It,
then we found out. Then we found out that there were unexploded ordinances scattered everywhere.
everywhere. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
And
funny.
and that was not the first time. I mean, like
Yeah.
seriously, it was not the first time. It happened so many times, And I mean, that's why Bami was so pissed off, and it was like, you have every single right to be pissed off.
Oh yeah.
This is not right. This is
No,
absolutely not right.
we got hoodwinked into that.
Yeah,
And
this
the
is
funny thing is that we just routed the fire and we followed the fire until we hit an area that had so many explosives that they're just like, we can't go in there. And so we literally just sent the fire into more explosives, and then we're like, well, we can't chase it anymore. We're gonna get blown up.
Speaking of that fire, 'cause there were so many epic fires,
So
man.
many,
Like
dude.
on all day. Do you
Yeah.
remember that UTV fire?
Yeah, yeah. That almost burned over our camp.
UTV fire. Never heard
Yeah.
that shit in my life, bro. Never once heard that shit in my life.
Yeah.
But a freaking UTV can start a fucking fire.
That jumper,
And this
bro, dude.
exactly. And this is the jumpers. And this is the jump. Like, now, if you tell me there was a rookie motherfucker driving, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, just another rookie motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who give a shit about that guy? He probably started lighting shit and did not know what he was doing. But this is the fucking jumpers people we look up to fucking starting a fire with UTV
Yeah.
and quoting that shit on radio because they know it was getting worse.
Oh god, that was funny.
Yeah.
Shlimy was just sitting there on the radio like, hey Bomb, I see a column of smoke. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, I'm seeing a column of smoke by our camp. Wait, what? What? We had to go and quick do a halo around our camp, and then, oh god,
Yeah.
that was bad.
Remember how we had to cut indirect around our camp
Yeah,
and have to palm it and have to do that like green greeting around our camp, our camp spot for God's sake. It was like
dude, you remember when me and you almost got smushed by a tree in camp?
dude, we were cooking the rookie
We were
dinner.
cooking the
The
rookie dinner.
rookie dinner. Dude, how can you ever forget that shit? Like, I I almost died, dude.
Dude, I
almost died.
grabbed you.
Exactly. Literally, the branch hit it, and you like, Simon, and you just like pour me out. I was like, oh shit, like seriously, I wasn't paying attention because I was
Yeah,
like, I need to make a nice dinner because that's when you made the
you're making your chicken balls.
Yeah, I was making chicken boy, and you're making your door pass pizza,
Yeah.
which is never been done before. By the way, I don't think anybody else can outbeat that.
Oh yeah.
If you find somebody who can outdo that, then we need to have a conversation. That pizza was amazing.
Oh, dude, I know a thing or two about pizza.
Yeah, no, serious. There's people who say, "Oh, I know a thing or two about pizza," but they haven't really done it with limited resource,
No, they've never
which
made
is
pizza with MREs and tortillas.
tortillas. Exactly. That was amazing. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
But
No,
anyways,
seriously.
just a little context going back. We were cooking this dinner, right? And so we have this thing where rookies will be sent back to cook dinner for everyone else, and we went back to camp, and we had this wind event, and camp, we had the yellow and everything else. How big do you think that tree was?
I want to say
That was a massive tree.
around about 55 feet tall
Yeah,
and about 4 feet dBH.
yeah, big old
And
tree.
it wasn't just one, so we're just using the word tree like it was only one. All of them around us, all of them were dead. Were completely dead.
The tree landed within 5-10 feet. Just
Literally,
doosh.
if that tree just no, I'm not saying the whole entire tree, just the end of it, because that's where I landed to where we were.
Yeah.
If just the end of it could have got me, we won't be having this conversation right now.
No. No.
Not even a bit,
No.
you know.
Not even close. There would have been nothing left.
And most people are like, yeah, I want to fight fires. So this is the conversation, and we hear a lot of story. Oh, another hotshot member got, knocked out by a tree. They passed away, and we're like, oh, blah blah blah. They weren't thinking right, or they were not planning it right. They were not safe. No matter how safe you are, you never know what's gonna get you, man.
I was cooking dinner. I was cooking
We
pizza.
were cooking dinner, dude,
Yeah.
dinner in our camp spot, and I almost died cooking a rookie dinner.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh god.
yeah.
That was so funny. And then when Bomb and Schlimmy, Bomb walks over, he's like, "Give me a chainsaw." he just rips the chainsaw and just starts cutting down every tree in sight.
Yeah, he started dropping every single tree. I was like,
he just
all
he went on a cutting rampage. He just oh man, my campsite was screwed. I had to find a new place to camp that night because he dropped a tree right on my campsite. Oh god, that was
But
so.
like those tree was hell too tall, first of all, and
Well,
we should
dude,
not have been on that fire. Um,
the weird thing
and
is those trees weren't dead.
Mhm.
Those trees weren't dead.
They
You
looked
know,
dead
they
at the
looked
time.
good.
Yeah,
It was weird.
it was really weird. You know how they're just maybe it was because they were probably going because they were way too tall for AK trees.
That is true. They were big trees for AK trees.
Way too tall, man, for
Yeah.
fucking AK trees. Uh,
Maybe the permafrost like melted because it was a really hot year. Maybe they
yeah,
just lost their fucking grip or something. I don't know.
I would not be surprised. And it was kind of windy that day.
Oh, it was windy. Yeah.
It was windy.
Oh man.
But do you remember the fire right by Fairbanks? Fairbanks, I forgot the name of it. I'm not pretty good at remembering names.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Um,
about.
where there was like about 100 hotshot crews, and we're just burning,
Is that the
and
one where we burned through the swamp?
yeah,
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
I ran into most scariest shit in my life. And that has to be at least top five. Where we were in the Kenya area, just burning, and if it was any spot that spotted over the other side
Yeah.
and start burning, we had no escape.
No.
It- Maybe the running back into the black,
Yeah.
but it's like that was really sketchy, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty sketchy. Um,
I think I got a little PTSD from that fire because at the end, I don't know if you remember, there was like a trash dump that caught
mhm,
fire.
mhm. The
Well,
trash, yeah,
you
they
remember that?
call it freaking Henson,
Yeah.
his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on that end with him with Hanson. And that whole entire end of the line was burnt up birch trees. And we were holding that line, and every day there was just birch trees just falling over randomly. Just constantly for like 3 days. Just staring
And
at birch trees as they're falling. So terrifying.
and for anybody who's listening to this who doesn't know what a bird tree is, those motherfucker are fucking heavy. Like
Heaviest
we're
trees.
talking about
They're so
dense
dense.
as fuck.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
not that thick, but they're dense. I mean, they're hard to pick up. You can't pick up big rounds of them.
dude, I'm surprised I don't have hernia right now, dude.
Yeah. You probably
It's
do.
like,
Well,
dude, that would be so fucked up if I
well,
end up
you keep
having
doing your
hernia.
splits, right? I mean, no one's gonna get a hernia. I mean, you're not gonna. This guy can do the splits like a ninja. Yeah. It's impressive. Oh god, I remember trying to play the knife game.
Yeah.
You know that where you throw the knife at someone's boot, and
Yeah.
you're just doing the splits, and you're like, what now?
I love playing that game because
You
I
can't
always
lose.
it's almost impossible to win. I mean, to lose because like
Yeah.
um, it, yeah,
You're
it's
too
you have a
damn
guy
flexible.
who's not flexible that always tend to have trouble with it. It's either you have to be a good throw, um, or you just lose the game.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. It's a really
You're not
good
you're
game.
not gonna beat Simon at that game.
No, no. I challenge anybody who's listening to this
Yeah.
one-on-one duel.
Yeah.
Um,
So man, you like the crew you're on right now? You guys had fun last year?
dude, we had a lot of fun. Way too much fun, actually.
Yeah.
Because of course the AK season was not,
Nothing to
it
write
was
home
kind of
about.
yeah, yeah. But once we came down here, uh, she got really crazy real quick.
Yeah.
There was fires everywhere.
Were you
Cause
guys you guys got stuck up in Washington, weren't you?
no, we never even got to Washington.
Oh, you
We
didn't?
never even got to Oregon or California.
Wait,
We were
you
stuck
you
in
were in
Red
Oregon last year?
last year as this year. I
Yeah,
mean
this year.
2020.
You were on Oregon? Where what far
No,
Oh, you weren't?
we're sucked in Great Base, meaning mostly
Oh, you guys were in the
Idaho.
Great Basin too.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Idaho, and then we end up down in freaking Nevada,
Oh
freaking
yeah.
the desert of Nevada. Bro, I fucking hate that place.
So do I,
If
dude.
anybody who's a
Yeah.
big fan of Nevada, listen to this shit. I'm gonna repeat. I fucking hate Nevada. Um, and so we went from Nevada all the way to Montana, and
Yeah.
that's where pretty much we were for the rest of the season. Just
Yeah.
Montana fires, man.
Yeah.
They were holding us. They were holding on to us like you hold on to a girl you really love, and you don't want to let it go because you don't stand a chance of finding anyone else better.
Yeah.
Um, cause yeah, crazy fires, man.
Clingy,
Kicking
clingy.
on.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we got stuck in the same area. Yeah, we were in Nevada. We actually popped down to Arizona for a second, and then
No fucking way.
yeah, it was horrible, horrible.
So you went from desert to desert.
Yeah, dude, we were on a fire. We were on a fire where we cross over the Arizona border, and then they'd put us in a helicopter, fly us up in those desert mountains, and then we'd have to hike all the way down back to get picked up by the rigs. But they just dropped us off in the middle of the desert. It was 110 degrees. It was horrible, horrible.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was bad.
Eh, What about the rattlesnakes, man, in Nevada?
I didn't see any. Did you?
You did not. So, quick story, right?
Yeah.
One of our dude, I can throw his name, Cortez, you know,
Cortesio.
uh, El Cortesio, or yeah,
Yeah.
um,
The
uh,
mayor of Girdwood.
he, he, and that's what reminds me of him. I always think of Cortez, how Panio P. Cortez or Mayor of Redwood.
Yeah.
This guy, except this guy's like way shorter than him.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, he like we're on this fire. We're working day and night, trying to keep up with desert fire, which is almost impossible. I don't know why anybody bother. Um. And he woke up in the middle of the night to go water down, right?
Yeah.
He come back and he heard just a little sound, that rattlesnake sound, like
Hmm.
right? He turned on his flashlight. He looked. This motherfucker rattlesnake was right next where his head was laying,
Ooh.
pretty much right next to him. But
Yeah.
the rattlesnake did not bite him.
No.
It was just right there to be comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And he freaked out.
Hmm.
My man freaked out, which he had every single reason to freak out. Because
Yeah.
those fucking rattlesnakes, once especially if they get you on the neck, that's a bad sign. There's zero
Yeah.
chance of surviving, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere in the desert.
Yeah.
Um, and so he literally just, which he did way better job than I could have done. Literally just pour his sleeping bag and went go sleep to other in different spot. He
Yeah.
literally just packed his sleeping bag and went to sleep in another spot.
Yeah,
you know, and
that's fun.
he's telling, yeah. It was like a rattlesnake was freaking right next to him and never bothered him.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Oh man, good luck falling back to sleep on that one.
exactly.
Yeah,
I was so curious. So, because when he told that story the next morning, my man, so we had the choice to either go back in the wood, in it's not even a wood, it's just bunch sage brushes, or
bunch of
go sleep
sage.
right next to the buggies. Yeah,
Yeah.
I chose to sleep right next to the buggies.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah,
do it every time.
I was like, hey, bro, I'm gonna sleep right next to the buggies, man. My black eyes, if I'm, I keep a lot of heat in myself, because we absorb a lot of heat.
Yeah.
So that rattlesnakes, it won't have any issue coming right next to me.
No.
So I'm gonna sleep to another vehicle that tends to keep a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Um,
This season, every time we slept by the trucks,
mhm.
I just literally slept next to my door. I didn't. No camping spot. I just put a bag on the ground right next to the truck.
Which is brilliant move, man. It's brilliant move, especially if you guys were in fucking desert and like
Yeah.
freaking Arizona, man. So you guys were on those one of those big fires I was hearing that were going on in Arizona, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a big fire, but yeah, it was right on the Arizona Nevada border.
At least I never fought fire in Arizona. I guess that's something
Yeah.
I
Here,
haven't checked out.
give me 1 second.
All right.
Yo, Simon. Yo, Simon. 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 Simon.
I had to go grab more beers.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Simon.
What's up? Oh, hey. What's her name?
Charlie Sue.
Friday.
Charlie Sue.
Friday Sue.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah,
Friday
dude. It
Sue.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, to you, but not to her, because she's so angry right now. She's
She's
like,
not
what the heck am
angry.
I doing here? Hey, how you doing?
Can you wave, Charlie?
Peekaboo.
Say wave.
Peekaboo. Oh, but she's hella serious too.
She's a good judge of character, Simon.
Ah, peekaboo. She's like, who's this goofy guy? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Does she ever smile?
She does. She smiles. She's a little
She's
tired.
serious.
She's getting ready for her bath right now.
Uh,
Yeah. This is this is who I had to end that. I had to get done with that season we were on. Go and see her get born.
yeah, she's worth it, man. She's
Oh
worth
yeah,
it.
she's
For
awesome.
any, for anybody who doesn't even bother to at least leave a legacy behind, because those are the people we work hard for, man.
Yeah,
Fires, there's good stories, but like the shit we go through, it's for
yeah.
those people.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes out
You think I'd firefight if I didn't have a kid?
exactly, and this goes out to Kinusen. I'm calling out my boy Kinusen. Love him to death. Yo, Kinusen, if you don't have a baby, stop fighting fire.
Yeah.
Like literally, stop fighting
There's
fire.
better ways to make money, people.
Exactly, like sucking cock.
All right, let me go put this baby away quick.
All right.
Well, all right, man. Hold on, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right.
Well, Simon, I think that's a wrap for tonight.
Dude, bro, give me a shout anytime, bro. Anytime, man. Just make
Oh,
sure
dude,
that,
yeah.
you know, I prefer doing the drunk history
Oh,
than this.
we can get that
Um,
going too if you like.
yeah, I prefer the drunk history part, because people can judge me, but they can't really judge me too far because I'm already drunk anyway. Um,
They'll
so
give you the benefit of the doubt.
exactly, bro.
Yeah,
Just let me know if you want to do the super drunk history part. And in this section, this is the people we need to include, and they're all gonna be ex pioneer, right?
yeah,
We're gonna include myself, right?
yeah.
Christian Knudsen,
Mm-hmm.
he had to be drunk.
Yep.
And we need to include
Cortesio.
Cortez needs to be there. He has to be there
Yes.
because if he's not there, because we need that slow spoken part, where people want to first sleep, but they have to wake up at the same
Yeah.
time,
Right.
right? And
We chill them out,
we
bring them
I don't
in.
think I don't think you have met my boy. He was ex Pioneer Pig.
Yeah.
His name's the Bush.
Oh, dude, I know the bush.
You know the Bush.
I know
We
the
have
bush.
the Bush will be down
Yeah.
anytime.
Oh yeah.
Especially if he knows I'm gonna be on, so he can give me a hard time
All right,
about
dude.
how skinny I used to be. You
Oh
know.
yeah.
So get those 4 people online, bro.
Okay.
And we'll get you a rating hell up there,
You're
man.
gonna get me viral.
Oh, dude, we're talking about Kinunsen, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about Cortez. We're
Yeah.
talking about the Bush. We're talking about myself. Who some people gonna need a subtitles to understand what the fuck I'm saying, right? And we have some real shit right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. It's going on the docket. All right. We're gonna do it.
Seriously, write those names down. If you need help, I'll give them a call and be like, hey, my boy Durham, hey, he needs we need to get some shit to we need to it's not even like something that needs to be pointed. It's just us just bullshitting like we usually do. Like just
Oh yeah.
normal bullshitting, you know.
Well, dude, the thing with me more than anything is this is fun, man. I mean,
It,
did
it,
you have a good time?
I had a good time. It's like
That's all that matters, dude.
it's like having a phone conversation, except we're seeing each other and we're catching up.
Yeah.
We're capturing the memory, dude.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I
Hell
really
yeah.
do.
Hell
I
yeah,
would
bro.
enjoy it,
Yeah.
dude. You need to get those pile guys up to date, man. Like, because haven't really spoke to them. It's like they absolutely just don't like my guts, which is I understand because
No,
they're
dude. Everyone
brainwashed.
loves you.
No,
I don't know, man.
they're brainwashed, bro. I feel like they're brainwashed, man. No, I'm gonna call them right now, man. Cause I had a couple beers to drink, so they're gonna
Yeah.
judge me. They're like, do not be brainwashing fires. We are the same. We
Yeah.
have one goddamn common goal,
Yeah.
which is put the damn fire
Put
out.
the
It
damn
doesn't matter.
fire out. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah. It's like this is not politician. I'm not trying to bring politician to this,
Yeah.
podcast. But we all Americans, we have the same common goal. Why do we need to destroy the capital if we have one common goal to be American and to just trying to live happy? Same thing as fire. We don't need to talk. The shit talk is good. I love the shit talk.
Yeah.
We don't need to build a hate in our heart
Mm-hmm.
regarding for the men and the women out there doing the same shit we're doing.
Yeah. We don't need to burn any bridges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why there is only one jumper base in AK.
Yeah.
One, because they're like, well, it's AK. We're a one. We're up here.
Yeah.
But there's 3 shot crew,
Yeah.
and none of them get along. This
No.
is a secret that you probably don't know. None of them, even the ones are freaking,
On the same
down there
base.
for winter. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't get along.
They don't. No.
There's always that shit tag.
Yeah.
There's always that, oh, we're better than you. which is
Yeah.
good. It's good. It's good. It's why keep us more
But
stronger,
it can't
more
it can't stop us from fighting fire.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So we need to
Yeah.
put that shit to the side, and do our shit.
Well, that's a good way to. That's a good positive note to end on, Simon.
Dude, it's always good positive. With me, as long as I got a couple beers, man, there's always good positive note to end on.
Not too much you can
Uh,
complain about when you got a couple beers.
no, none.
None.
But yeah, hey, go for it, man.
All right,
Keep
man.
doing, but get those guys online,
All
and
right,
we'll
I
have
will.
good.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I will. All right. Have a good night, man.
Bye.
Bye.
You too.